If you're 55 and above, staying in an older HDB flat, 40, 45, even 50 years old, you are entering a stage where planning becomes more important. Not because you did anything wrong, but because a few things in the background start to shift, and this is where something I call double trap begins. Two changes happening at the same time that can affect your next steps. Here's what's happening. Number one, CPF changes at 55 and it directly affects how much you can use to buy your next home. Number two, as your flat gets older, lease decay is a concern and this affects your resale demand. Both things are happening at the same time, and that's why many seniors only realize the impact when their options suddenly feel smaller. In a moment, I'll break down what each trap really means. Now, before you think I'm here to tell you to sell your flat, I'm not. Towards the end, I'll share 3 paths you can choose so that you can plan and decide with your eyes wide open. Stay with me. Hi friends, if you are new to my channel, my name is Kenneth, an ex-police officer with 16 years of real estate experience. Now very quickly, let's dive in. In my other videos, I talk about what happens to your CPF after you sell your house at 55. I also have a full video explaining the whole process. The link is in the description if you want the full picture. For now, just remember this one thing. When you turn 55, some or all of your CPF OA may go into your retirement account RA to set aside for your full retirement sum FRS. And because of that, the amount of CPF you can use for your next home may be lower, which means your ability to buy your next home drop as well. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say your CPF refund after selling your flat is about 200,000. Out of that, around 120,000 move into your retirement account, leaving only 80k in your ordinary account OA. So when you buy your next home, you can't use the full 200k like before. You can only use the 80,000 that is left in your OA. The rest has to come from cash. So don't be too happy when you see the sales proceed on your sales spreadsheet. Your CPF position after 55 matters a lot more. I won't go into all the details here, but this is the part that affects your buying power, and this is the first half of the double trap. If you want a full explanation on CPF after 55, I'll place the link in the description again. Now let's talk about second half of the double trap, the lease decay. Once your flat reaches around 40 years old, you are entering a phase where the lease starts to work against you. And this is the part many seniors overlook because the flat still feels okay, but the market doesn't see it the same way. And here's what's actually happening. CPF has the rules that affect older flats and younger buyers. Simply put, the government wants to protect younger buyers from ending up with a flat that doesn't last them until age at least 95. For example, if your flat has about 49 years of lease left and a young couple aged 30 wants to buy it, by the time the lease ends, they would be 79 years. The flat returns to HDB and they would have no housing. But for someone aged 40, the same 49 years lease is less of a concern. Because the lease ends, they would be past 99. The lease decay doesn't affect them much if that's their retirement home. This is why older flats affect younger buyers the most. Now fast forward 10 years, the same flat lease dropped from 49 to 39 years. More buyers get affected, demands drop. And as we all know, supply and demand affect property prices. If demand weakens and the lease is short, what do you think happened to the price? Just to be clear, this doesn't mean that younger buyers cannot buy older flats. They still can, but their CPF usage get restricted and their loan amount may be lower. And as the flat continue aging, from 40 years left to 30 years to 20 years, this becomes even more obvious. Many buyers will skip your unit completely because the lease no longer makes sense and the resale value weakens over time. And since we are talking about older flats, let's address something that many seniors bring up, VERS. Some people tell me, Kenneth, I heard the government may want to buy back old flats. How does that work? VERS is a voluntary early redevelopment scheme. It meant for old HDB flats. For instance, the lease remaining is 30 years or less. HDB may give residents the option to vote whether the government should buy back their flat before the 99 years lease expires. VERS will be voluntary, not compulsory, and the terms of compensation are expected to be less generous than SERS. Right now, the government has not released the full details, so there's uncertainty. Quite a few seniors ask me, if the majority voted yes and I voted no, will I be left without a home? My personal thoughts on this, the government will not leave residents without housing options. They are probably studying and exploring different ways to support seniors, especially those who need another place to move to. But until the official announcement is out, let's not get overly concerned. And also let's not depend on VERS as our main plan. At this stage, it is something to be aware of, but not something to rely on. So when we put these two together, CPF at 55 reduce your buying power and lease decay reduce your selling price. Both are happening at the same time. The gap between how much you can sell and how much you can buy gets tighter every year. Let me show you 3 options you can consider. If you're planning to right size from a bigger flat to a smaller one. For example, from a 5-room to a 3-room or even a 2-room flexi flat. Then don't delay too long because of lease decay. For eligible seniors, there's also Silver Housing Bonus, SHB. Under SHB, you can receive up to 30k cash when you right size to a 3-room or smaller flat. And from December 2025 onwards, you may get extra 10,000 if you move to a 2-room or smaller flat, making it up to 40k in cash. Something to consider. If legacy planning is important to you, if you want to pass down your property to your children, then choose a newer flat might be better. For example, a 3-room fairly new resale flat or BTO or 99 years 2-room flexi. Younger flat hold its value better. If legacy planning is not your priority, then older 3-room or even a short lease 2-room flexi flat can also be an option. If you prefer to stay put, you can consider renting out a room for extra income. For seniors 65 and above, the lease buyback scheme, LBS, is another possibility. Selling part of the remaining lease to HDB for CPF top-up and some cash. I won't go into the full details here. I've already done a separate video on it. The link is in the description. But because older flat has shorter remaining lease, some senior may or may not qualify for LBS. It really depends on your age and how many years are left on your flat. Still, it is something you can explore and check your eligibility for. And some seniors, if you have this option, move in with your children or siblings to have a lookout for one another and then rent out the whole flat for rental income. Part of the rental can help with utility or family expenses. It becomes a win-win arrangement. But of course, I understand that not everyone has this option. If you have, it'll be good to explore and work out the arrangement. In conclusion, everyone's priorities are different. Some want comfort, some wants to leave something behind, some wants to simplify life. And all these are right. It really depends on what matters to you. But the double trap is real and it gets tighter over time. So the best thing you can do is to understand your position early while you still have choices. Think through your goals, look at the numbers, and choose the path that supports the life you want in your older years. If you need help with your calculation, I'll leave the link in the description. Fill in your details, me and my team will get in touch and assist you for free, so you can plan properly before making any decision. My name is Kenneth and I'll see you in my next video.